Hi, I'm Mary White for the West Seattle Thriftway again, and today we're talking beef, y'all. They've got the most beautiful cuts of tri-tip steak at the West Seattle Thriftway. Now the tri-tip, it's a cool piece of meat because it's got a ton of flavor, because there's a lot of marbling and a lot of connective tissue. And it's kind of like a big triangle. It's the bottom part of the sirloin. So what I did with the tri-tip that I got, because again, it's a triangle, right? So I took the big end part and I'm going to treat it kind of like a roast. And then we've got the kind of the part that came off like this. I cut it up in pieces and we're going to do skewers on the grill. So for less than you'd pay for a meal out, we're going to have enough protein here to feed probably 8-10 people. My big piece of tri-tip, what I'm going to do is rub it with a spice rub that I made. And you'll be able to find the recipe on the West Seattle Thriftway website, or on my website, thepantryraid.com. But basically, we're just going to rub this with a mixture of salt, sugar, paprika, red pepper. We're going to sear it on all sides in a hot, hot pan, and then basically roast it in a 375 oven for about 15 minutes. And I'll show you how to tell if it's done. But first of all, let's get this guy in here and get him seared. Whoa! Woo! Listen to that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I want to show you how to tell when your meat is cooked. And it's super, super simple. You just use your hand, okay? When you take your thumb and your little finger and go like that, touch this, that's hard. That's well done. Medium, medium rare, rare. So it's all about, see how this is raw. When your hand is relaxed, that's what raw meat feels like. So instead of worrying about thermometers and stuff like that, use your hand. And seriously, rare is your friend. Medium rare, also your friend. When you get into well done, it's not so good. But use your hand. Touch the meat, because that's how you can tell when it's done. Now, as soon as this is browned on all sides, we're going to put it in the oven and let it cook and get all fabulous for about 15-20 minutes, again, till it's rare. And then we cut it against the grain, kind of like a flank steak. You cut it against the grain, and it is the most tender, delicious meat. I'll show you. So I've let this beautiful piece of meat rest for about 5 minutes, so most of the juice goes back in it. We're cutting it against the grain, because that's the way to make it most delicious and tender. And as you can see, it's a really nice medium rare. See that nice pink, beautiful, meaty goodness. And what I've made to go along with this today is what's known in Argentina as a chimichurri sauce. It's really, really good with beef, and it's basically a mixture of parsley and garlic and herbs and stuff like that. The recipe is on the website. But this, some new potatoes. Hang on, let me get off my, oh, I got my gloves on. Okay, hang on. This, some new potatoes. Look at the cool colors. Maybe a nice salad. And you, my friend, have a delicious, delicious meal from your friends at the West Seattle Thriftway. The recipes are on the West Seattle Thriftway website and on my website, thepantryraid.com. Check out the rest of my beautiful tri-tip. I've been marinating. I actually marinated this overnight in almost like a vinaigrette. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to tenderize the meat and give it more flavor. Now, my good buddy Cheryl in Housewares turned me on to these awesome skewers. So all I'm going to do is just put some more beef on this skewer, and then we're going to cook it on a medium hot grill. Not very long, because they're small and they're tender. 5-6 minutes, and we're going to have some delicious barbecue in mere moments. So here we are with our beautiful pieces of tri-tip. I'm just going to place them right on the grill. They're marinated, they're all juicy, and in about 5-6 minutes, we're going to have some good eating. So we've got our kebabs off the grill. Notice I'm using the UV glove because the metal skewers are not only really efficient, but they also get hot. I don't want you to burn your little fingers. But this, I mean, we could have put mushrooms on here or onion or anything else, but I just wanted to focus on this beautiful, succulent, delicious meat. Look how tender that is. Oh, I can't wait to eat it.